Good evening, good evening, good evening, my beautiful ones, my wise ones, and my melanated ones. Today is Monday, February 10th, 2025, and I am Wisdom Reborn, and it is good to see you again. I wanted to hop on here this evening and just have go over a couple of things because I feel like I got something to say, and I feel like you're watching me because you want to hear what I have to say, because you want the positive energy, that you're listening so that you can gain and share in the positivity that I share. And I know you're not listening because you're a hater, because haters have too much time on their hands, too many things to do. You go on and rush and do whatever it is that you normally do, and don't be on here watching so you can go back and gossip, because we don't gossip over here. We uplift each other over here. We share love, we share wisdom, we share knowledge, because we want each other to have understanding, and that's how we do it over here. So if you're here for that, welcome. Stay, sit down. And if you're not here for that, child, absolutely. So what I wanted to hop on here tonight and say, or this evening and say, is, y'all, it's a lot going on in the atmosphere in this part of the moon cycle, because we are rolling up on a snow moon. This full moon is the snow moon, and the snow moon is known for clarity in communication. Now, the snow full moon is clarity and communication. However, the communication is based upon your thoughts. So if your thoughts and your actions don't match, your communication is going to be clearly whatever you are thinking. So if you are in a growth cycle right now, because we all know, and if we don't know, let me be the first to tell you, life is a cycle, and in the cycle of life there are many small cycles, just like there are cycles of the moon, and as those cycles of the moon continue to go around and around, there are different things that happen in different cycles of the moon, the different phases of the moon. Now, our ancestors knew that, and that is why they paid such close attention to what is going on in the universe. That is, once again, let me see how I say this, a form of technology to make us think that what goes on out there doesn't matter. Well, what goes on out there does matter, and it matters here. And if you are female, then you know that it matters, because you know that your cycle, your reproductive cycle, has a lot to do with the phases of the moon. Yeah. And if you didn't know, the moon is so powerful, it controls the wind and the waves. The moon does. The moon. Yeah. The wind and the waves, the storms and all of that stuff that happens. The moon. Yeah. And since the Most High hung all of those stars in the sky with the moon, I'm sure there is some connectivity, because if you sit down and you think about it, and you learn about it, you will understand that we are all connected, and everything is connected. Even the movement, we are all connected. We are all connected, and it's all one cycle with a whole bunch of small cycles. That's how we roll. So under the snow full moon, focus on your emotions. It's wonderful that this happens like this. Now, I will tell you this, and a lot of you it may be your first time hearing this, but the snow moon happens in February because it is an emotional time, which also coincides with Valentine's Day. Yes, the holiday of love. Did they know that when they put Valentine's Day right here? They sure did. You know why? Because Valentine's Day is what? A pagan day. It is a pagan day. However, it absolutely has natural correlation. It is related to the snow moon cycle. So when we're in this cycle of time right now, it's going to be very easy to communicate, even if you're a person who doesn't normally communicate well. And communication is not necessarily saying what it is that you have to say, but it is that the person or the persons that you are speaking to can understand what it is that you're saying. So if you're a person who normally has a problem with getting your words out, during the next 5 to 7 days, you should be able to say whatever it is that you want to say, and people should be able to understand you, because that is the power of the snow moon. Now, during the snow moon time, because it is a very emotional time, this cycle is an emotional cycle. It's very important to pay attention to your emotions. If you are a person and you know that there are certain people that kind of just get under your skin, and you already have those preconceived thoughts, which means you know this in advance, I would suggest that you kind of stay away from those people, because your thoughts could possibly come out in conversation, whether that is conversation with that person or whether that is conversation with someone else. And we know over here we don't do all that gossiping. So if you already have preconceived thoughts about someone during this particular 5 to 7 days, what's today? Today is the 10th. It's up until the 6 days. The next 6 days, guard your energy. Guard your thoughts. But now, if you're a person, and I hope that we all are, people who feel love and feel energetic and want to share positive vibes with people, this is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Whether you have a Valentine or not, it's perfect. This is the perfect season for love because of what's going on in the universe. What's going on in the universe is going to happen in our universe, and it's going to allow us to be able to share our emotions much more easily. Be cautious though, because there are wolves in sheep clothing out there that know this. And they know that because it's this time of the cycle, that a small little Valentine's gift or a thought or a nice gesture during this period of high emotions might get you into a higher emotion. They may do it in order to cause a connection between you two, when full well they know that the connection means nothing. So just be cautious about that. I'm not gonna focus on negativity, because God knows I've had enough negativity in my life, and I am trying to focus on what is pure, what is love, what is true. So while we are in this very emotional time, it is going to be wonderful for you to stay grounded. And if you know me, and if you've listened to any of my videos, or if you know me personally, you know that I'm trying to be outside with my feet on the ground. However, it's cold outside, and feet on the ground might not be the best thing to do. But you can stay grounded by burning incense. You can stay grounded by meditating. You can stay grounded by prayer, and those prayers do not have to be verbal. Those prayers can be silent, because silent prayer is actually a form of meditation. You can be grounded by taking baths in Epsom salt. The salt does ground you, and so those are a few things that you can do to get grounded. I would like to suggest journaling for those of you who don't really have time for all of the other things. You can take 5 minutes at the end of your day or in the middle of your day. I do not suggest journaling at the beginning of your day, especially if you might be journaling something that has more of a negative connotation, because how you start your day is generally how you'll end your day. But if you start your day with good intentions, if you start your day speaking those things as not as though they were, then you have the ability to go through the day and have a lovely day. Now, we know life be lifing. So in the midst of having a lovely day, something might happen and you might not get the result for whatever the situation is, circumstance, or person that you wanted to get. So in those cases, writing it down would be wonderful. So if you could take 5 to 10 minutes, and sometimes during the course of your day, I would like to suggest that you do it after 3 p.m. And there's a reason why I want you to do it after 3 p.m. because after 3 p.m. your body is in a whole different cycle. Now, whatever you write down, if it is something negative, I want you to write it down, and I want you to write it down in detail and sit it to the side. And a week later, I want you to go back and look at it. If it still arouses those same emotions from you, at that point, I do suggest that you reach out to the individual or the circumstance or the situation. And by reaching out, I mean going within. I mean going within and seeing how you affected the situation or the circumstances, what you could have done differently, and what about it didn't you like? Because if it brought you out of character for whatever reason, then I'm sure it's something that you really don't like, because we are on a journey to find the best within us. And within finding the best within us, when circumstances and situations come up that produce what's not the best in us, then we really do need to address those. Now, the beautiful thing about it is, even if another individual was involved, that's something that we need to start within ourselves. Because when we look within ourselves, we can give ourselves the guidance that we need, the wisdom that we need, and the understanding that we need in order to make the situation better. We have to start with courage, though. You have to have the courage to begin the process. And if you have the courage to begin the process, the wisdom and the understanding and all that stuff comes up, that's wonderful. But let me tell you what else I want you to do. When you have found your level of resolve in the situation, I want you to celebrate yourself. I want you to celebrate yourself because you must know how powerful you are. You must know how fantastic you are. You must know how unbreakable you are. Because all of these circumstances and situations that are put before us are there to break us in some way. And when we understand how strong we are, it's hard for us to be broken. It's hard for us to keep stumbling over the same little old stumbling blocks. When we look within and we make sure, when we're grounded and we look within and we know we focused on what's good, that's when we understand that we have everything that we need within us. But if we never look within us, then we will forever be looking for what we need outside. And I promise you, it's right there. I hope that y'all have been taking a couple of minutes and talking to yourself in the mirror. Look yourself eye to eye. Hey, self, guess what? This has to happen. You are not going to let you down but so many times, because you can't look at yourself in your eyes and continue to lie to yourself. You can't do it. And at this point of time, in this whole conspiracy of time, because time is very, very fluid, we cannot continue to live the lie, a lie. And there's no such thing as my truth. It's only the truth. So your truth might be the biggest lie. So that is why we are looking for the truth. Because that's the only thing that will make you free. The only thing that will make you free. So, let me see what else I had. Okay. So, in our meditation, in our grounding, in our prayer, in our inner flexion, if you notice that negative things are coming up, if you notice that you've looked yourself in the eye several times and you notice that you keep having the same problem, the same things keep coming up, and it's negative and it's not something that you want to carry on with you, you have to address it. You have to address it, because when a seed is planted, it will eventually grow. Something will come along to cause that seed to be watered. Once that seed is watered, it's going to eventually sprout. Once it sprouts up top, you better know some roots are growing to the bottom. And those things that we allow to root themselves within us are those things that are going to eventually cause us to stumble and possibly fall. So if there is something negative, especially in these next, I'm going to say 7 days, and we're putting these practices into action, and we're taking just a few minutes to get to know who we really are, because that's what we want to know. We want to know, who am I? Who am I? What's the best part of me? We don't want that negativity there. The best part of you is the part of you that you love. The best part of you is the part of you that you are not afraid to face. Because if you really love you, then you're not afraid to face those things that others may deem negative. Because you know the part that you've played in that. And we are striving to be more and more in love with ourselves every day, because the more you love yourself, the more love you have to give others. You cannot give what you do not have for yourself. My daddy used to say that all the time. You can't never expect somebody to give you something that you ain't even willing to give yourself. Yep. So guess what? On this beautiful Monday, February 10th, 2025, we are getting ready to be under the snow full moon. It is a cycle of love and high emotion. So during this time, love you a little bit more, so that way you have more love to give to someone else. Guard your energy. Mind your thoughts. And just be the best you that you can be. We all have a journey before us. And as we increase our personal strength, we are steadily increasing our collective strength. United we stand, divided we fall. I hope we don't have to get in no pantyhose. Some of y'all old heads know where they came from. It is Wisdom Reborn. I am here for the long haul. I am here for the long haul. The things that were set before me to break me, I have learned to alchemize those things. I don't even pay them any attention anymore. I let other people see who I am, because I know who I am. So I'm enjoying other people seeing who I am. Yep. And I'm powerful, and they know it. And they would have never known it had I not come to the understanding of how powerful I really am. And the main source of my power is love, is forgiveness, it's truth. And if you know me, you know I'ma share it. I'ma share it. When I eat, if you with me, we eating. No question. All right, so once again, on this beautiful February 10th, 2025, that's just a few words from Wisdom Reborn for my beautiful ones, my wise ones, and my melanated ones, but especially for my beautiful wise and melanated ones. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.